Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the English Master Channel, your cozy place to learn easy English through real conversations and improve your life at the same time.
I am Asadullah.
And I am Sarah.
Okay, Sarah, quick question before we become career coaches today.
Oh no, that face usually means we're going to talk about something stressful.
It is stressful. Imagine this. You're sitting in a waiting room. You're wearing your best clothes. Your hands are slightly sweaty. In 5 minutes, someone you've never met will decide your future. What is that?
A nightmare?
It's a job interview. And for most people, it feels exactly like a nightmare.
Okay, that's true. I once forgot my own name in an interview. I said, I'm, me?
Did you get the job?
No, obviously not. But I did get a good story.
And that is why today we are talking about something almost everyone struggles with, whether they admit it or not, the job interview.
Yes, and not just the scary parts. We're going to talk about how to prepare, how to answer difficult questions, and how to sound confident even when you're not.
Right, because a job interview isn't just a test, it's a conversation, and conversations can be learned.
This is a B2 level episode, so the conversation will stay clear, but we'll add some stronger vocabulary naturally as we go.
And if you're a strong V1 listener, stick with us. Some parts may challenge you, but that's how you grow.
So before we go deeper, one small request. If you enjoy learning with us, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with one friend who's either looking for a job or terrified of interviews.
Every like, comment, and share helps more learners find the English Master Channel.
And we really love reading your comments. So here's our question for you today.
In the comments, write 2 things. 1, have you ever had a job interview in English? And 2, what's the most difficult interview question you've ever faced?
For example, yes, once. The hardest question was, tell me about yourself. I talked for 10 minutes about my cat.
Did you get the job?
No, but my cat was very proud.
Okay, let's begin. Sarah, you mentioned tell me about yourself. Why is that question so difficult?
Because it sounds easy. It's the first question and you think, I know myself. I've been me my whole life. But then you open your mouth and suddenly you don't know what's important.
Exactly. And that's because most people don't prepare for it. They think they can just talk naturally.
And naturally means, I was born and then I went to school and now I'm here.
Which is a terrible answer. The interviewer doesn't want your life story. They want to know why you're the right person for the job.
So how should we answer? What's the formula?
First, we need to understand something called the STAR method.
STAR? Like the thing in the sky?
Not exactly. STAR is an acronym. It stands for situation, task, action, result.
Okay, break that down for us.
So when an interviewer asks you a behavioral question, like tell me about a time you solved a problem, you use this structure.
Behavioral question. That means questions about past behavior, right?
Exactly. They believe past behavior predicts future performance.
Okay, so situation is...
Situation is the context. Where were you? What was happening? Set the scene.
Like, in my previous job, we had a major client who was unhappy with our service.
Perfect. Then task is your responsibility. What did you need to do?
I needed to rebuild the client's trust and fix the problems in our delivery.
Then action. This is the most important part. What did you actually do? Use I, not we.
So I scheduled a meeting, listened to their concerns, and created a new delivery plan.
Yes. And finally, result. What happened? Quantify if possible.
The client renewed their contract for another 2 years, and our satisfaction scores increased by 30%.
Perfect STAR answer. You've told a story, shown your skills, and proved your value.
That's actually not scary. That's just storytelling with structure.
Exactly. And that structure works for almost any behavioral question.
Okay, but what about the first question? Tell me about yourself. That's not really a behavioral question.
Good point. For that, we need something called an elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch, like a short speech in an elevator?
Yes. The idea is you should be able to describe who you are professionally in the time it takes to ride an elevator, about 60 to 90 seconds.
So not my life story with my cat.
No. Focus on 3 things: your present, your past, and your future.
Present meaning...
Who are you now? I'm a marketing professional with 5 years of experience in digital media.
Past meaning relevant experience?
Yes, I've worked with startups and helped them grow their online presence.
And future?
Why you're here. I'm excited about this role because your company is innovating in this space and I want to bring my skills to your team.
Present, past, future. That's easy to remember.
And it shows the interviewer that you're focused and professional.
Okay, let's talk about preparation. What should people do before the interview?
First, and most important, research the company.
Research. Like read their website?
Much more than that. Look at their history, their products, their mission statement, their recent news.
Why is that so important?
Because you will be asked about it. And more importantly, it shows you care. If you haven't done research, it looks like you're applying to any job, not specifically their job.
So it's about showing genuine interest.
Exactly. And you can use that research in your answers. I was impressed by your recent sustainability initiative, and I'd love to contribute to that.
That sounds so professional. I need to take notes.
Second tip, prepare questions to ask the interviewer.
Questions? I thought I was the one being questioned.
At the end of almost every interview, they'll ask, "Do you have any questions for us?" If you say no, it looks like you're not interested.
Oh no, I've definitely said no before. I was just so relieved it was over.
Many people do, but prepared questions show engagement.
What kind of questions?
About the team? Can you tell me about the people I'd be working with? About success? What does success look like in this role in the first 6 months? About goals? What are the main priorities for the department this year?
Those are great. They show you're already thinking about doing the job.
Exactly. And avoid questions about salary and vacation in the first interview. That comes later.
Good tip. Okay, let's talk about the scary questions. Like, what's your biggest weakness?
Ah, the classic trap.
Trap. How do you answer that without destroying your chances?
First, never say, "I work too hard" or "I'm a perfectionist." Interviewers have heard that a million times.
So, honesty? I'm terrible at waking up early.
No, not that honest. You need a real weakness, but one you're working on.
So, weakness plus improvement?
Yes. For example, I sometimes struggle with public speaking, but I've joined a speaking club and I'm getting more comfortable.
So, you admit the weakness, but show you're proactive about fixing it.
Exactly. It shows self-awareness and growth mindset.
Growth mindset. We talked about that in the AI episode.
Right. Believing you can improve.
Another scary one. Why should we hire you?
This is where you sell yourself.
Sell myself. I'm not a product.
In an interview, you are. You need to show your unique value.
How do I do that without sounding arrogant?
Focus on what you can do for them, not what you want. With my experience in digital marketing and my track record of increasing engagement, I can help your team reach its goals.
So it's about contribution.
Yes, and back it up with examples. Don't just say you're good at something. Prove it with a star story.
Okay, let's practice. I'll be the interviewer, you be the candidate.
Okay, I'm ready.
Good morning, Asadullah. Thank you for coming in today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited about this opportunity.
Let's start. Tell me about yourself.
Certainly. I'm a podcast host and English educator with over 5 years of experience helping learners improve their communication skills. I've worked with students from all over the world, and I've developed a deep understanding of the challenges non-native speakers face. I'm particularly drawn to this role because your organization focuses on practical language learning, which aligns perfectly with my teaching philosophy.
Very nice. Present, past, future. Okay, next question. Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult team member.
Great question. In my previous role, I was working on a project with a colleague who had a very different communication style. We often disagreed on deadlines. Situation. My task was to complete the project successfully while maintaining a good working relationship. Task. I scheduled a one-on-one meeting with them to understand their perspective. I listened carefully and found that they were worried about quality, not just being difficult. I suggested we create a shared timeline with clear quality checks. Action. In the end, we finished the project on time, and our working relationship improved significantly. We even collaborated on 2 more projects after that. Result.
Perfect star answer. I'd hire you.
Thank you. But notice I used a real example. I focused on my actions, and I showed a positive result.
And you didn't blame the other person. You showed emotional intelligence.
Exactly. Emotional intelligence is huge in interviews.
Another important topic, body language.
Yes, people forget that interviews are visual, even on video calls.
What's important?
Eye contact. Not staring, but looking at the camera or the person. Posture. Sit up straight. It shows confidence.
And smiling?
Definitely. A natural smile makes you seem approachable and enthusiastic.
What about nervous habits? I play with my hair.
Try to keep your hands still. Maybe hold a pen or rest it on the table. Fidgeting distracts from your message.
Good tip. And for video interviews?
Make sure your background is tidy. Look at the camera, not yourself on the screen, and test your technology beforehand.
Nothing worse than, sorry, you're frozen, can you hear me?
Exactly. Technical problems create a bad first impression.
Okay, let's talk about something everyone worries about, salary questions.
Ah, the million-dollar question.
How do you answer, what are your salary expectations?
This is tricky. If you say a number too high, you're out. Too low, you undervalue yourself.
So what's the strategy?
First, do your research. Know the typical salary range for that position in your location.
So I have a number in mind.
Yes. Then, if possible, delay the conversation. You can say, I'd like to learn more about the role and responsibilities before discussing salary. Can we talk about that later?
That's smooth. It shows you're focused on the job first.
Exactly. If they insist, give a range based on your research. Based on my research and experience, I'm looking for something in the range of X to Y.
And always be honest.
Of course, never lie about your current salary or expectations. It always comes out.
Good advice. Now, let's talk about after the interview.
The follow-up. Most people forget this step.
What should we do?
Send a thank you email within 24 hours.
Really? Even if I think it went badly?
Especially if you think it went badly. It shows professionalism and interest.
What do I say?
Thank them for their time. Mention something specific you discussed to show you were listening. Reiterate your interest in the role.
Dear Jane Name, thank you for the opportunity to interview today. I really enjoyed learning about your team's approach to something. I'm even more excited about the possibility of contributing to your projects. Best regards.
Perfect. Short, professional, personal.
And if I don't hear back?
Wait about a week, then send a polite follow-up. I wanted to check in on the status of my application and reiterate my interest.
But don't be annoying.
Exactly. One follow-up is enough.
Okay, let's talk about the vocabulary, because I know our listeners want to use these ideas in English.
Yes, let's do it. But first, let's do one more practice, a full mock interview.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll be the interviewer again.
And I'll be the candidate. Let's do a longer one.
Good afternoon, Asadullah. Please have a seat.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
I'm Sarah, the hiring manager for this position. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Sarah. Thank you for inviting me today.
So let's begin. Could you tell me a little about yourself and why you're interested in this role?
Certainly. I've been working in English education for about 5 years, primarily creating content for non-native speakers. I started as a teacher, then moved into podcasting and curriculum development. What drew me to this role is your focus on practical, real-world English. I've always believed that language learning should be useful, not just academic, and your mission really resonates with me.
That's great to hear. Now, I'd like to ask about your experience. Tell me about a project you're particularly proud of.
One project that stands out was a series we created for intermediate learners who were struggling with listening comprehension. My task was to design content that would be both engaging and effective. I analyzed feedback from our audience, identified the most common challenges, and created a 10-episode series with real conversations, vocabulary breakdowns, and practice exercises. I also collaborated with 2 other educators to ensure variety. The series became our most downloaded content that year, and we received dozens of messages from listeners saying it transformed their confidence.
Impressive. How do you handle working under pressure or tight deadlines?
I actually thrive with deadlines. They help me focus. In my previous role, we once had to produce a special episode in just 2 days because of a current event. I prioritized the most important elements, created a clear timeline, and communicated closely with my team. We delivered on time, and the episode performed very well. I've learned that staying calm and organized is key when pressure increases.
Good. Now, tell me about a time you faced a challenge with a team member. How did you handle it?
Earlier in my career, I worked with someone who had a very different approach to deadlines. They preferred flexibility, while I preferred structure. We needed to complete a project together, but our styles were clashing. My task was to find a way to work effectively despite our differences. I suggested we sat down and discuss our working styles openly. I explained my need for structure, and they explained their need for creative freedom. We agreed on a compromise, firm deadlines for deliverables, but flexibility in how we got there. The project was successful, and we actually became good friends. I learned that differences can be strengths if you communicate.
That's a great example. What would you say is your biggest weakness?
I sometimes have trouble delegating tasks. I like to be involved in every detail, which can be inefficient. I'm working on this by practicing trust with my colleagues and reminding myself that shared responsibility leads to better results. I've already seen improvement. On our last project, I successfully delegated several tasks, and the team delivered excellent work.
Good self-awareness. Now, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself growing within an organization like yours. I want to deepen my expertise in educational content while also taking on more leadership responsibilities. I'm excited about mentoring newer team members and contributing to larger projects. I'm looking for a place where I can build a long-term career, not just a job.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, a few. First, can you tell me more about the team I'd be working with?
Certainly. It's a team of 8 with diverse backgrounds in education, media, and technology. Very collaborative.
That sounds wonderful. Also, what does success look like in this role in the first 6 months?
Great question. Success would mean understanding our audience, contributing ideas to our content calendar, and building relationships with the team. By 6 months, we'd hope to see your impact on at least one major project.
That's helpful. And one more, what are the biggest challenges facing the department right now?
We're expanding into new markets, so we need to create content that resonates across cultures. That's actually why your international experience is valuable to us.
Thank you. That gives me a clear picture. I'm even more excited about this opportunity now.
Great. Well, we'll be making decisions by the end of next week. We'll be in touch.
Thank you so much for your time, Sarah. It was wonderful meeting you.
You too. Have a great day.
Okay, how was that?
That was perfect. I was actually impressed, and I knew you were pretending.
Thank you. Notice I used STAR for the behavioral questions. I asked good questions at the end, and I stayed calm throughout.
And you smiled naturally. I could see the confidence.
That's the goal. Preparation creates confidence.
Okay, now let's do the word tour so our listeners can use this language in their own interviews.
First phrase, job interview.
For example, I have a job interview tomorrow and I'm nervous.
Repeat, job interview.
Next, STAR method.
For example, use the STAR method to structure your answers clearly.
Repeat, STAR method.
Next, behavioral question.
For example, tell me about a time you faced a challenge is a behavioral question. Repeat, behavioral question. Next, elevator pitch.
For example, I prepared an elevator pitch for the tell me about yourself question.
Repeat, elevator pitch.
Next, research the company.
For example, research the company so you can ask smart questions.
Repeat, research the company.
Next, sell yourself.
For example, in an interview, you need to sell yourself without being arrogant.
Repeat, sell yourself.
Next, qualification.
For example, my main qualification is 5 years of experience in this field.
Repeat, qualification. Next, weakness. For example, be honest about a weakness but show how you're improving it.
Repeat, weakness.
Next, strength.
For example, one of my strengths is problem solving under pressure.
Repeat, strength.
Next, follow-up email.
Always send a follow-up email within 24 hours.
Repeat, follow-up email.
Next, body language.
For example, good body language shows confidence.
Repeat, body language.
Next, candidate.
They interviewed 10 candidates for the position.
Repeat, candidate.
Next, interviewer.
The interviewer seemed friendly and professional.
Repeat, interviewer.
Next, hiring manager.
The hiring manager decides who gets the job.
Repeat, hiring manager.
Next, soft skills.
Soft skills are just as important as technical skills.
Repeat, soft skills.
Next, hard skills.
My hard skills include Google Analytics and Adobe Photoshop.
Repeat, hard skills.
Next, negotiate.
It's normal to negotiate your salary offer.
Repeat, negotiate.
Next, offer.
For example, I received a job offer yesterday.
Repeat, offer.
Next, rejection.
For example, rejection is part of the job search. Don't take it personally.
Repeat, rejection.
Next, constructive feedback.
For example, after the interview, they gave me constructive feedback.
Repeat, constructive feedback.
Next, confidence.
For example, confidence comes from preparation.
Repeat, confidence.
Next, nervousness.
For example, a little nervousness is normal in interviews.
Repeat, nervousness.
Next, impression.
For example, you want to make a good first impression.
Repeat, impression.
Next, professionalism.
For example, professionalism includes being on time and dressing appropriately.
Repeat, professionalism.
Next, punctuality.
For example, punctuality shows respect for the interviewer's time.
Repeat, punctuality.
Next, mock interview.
For example, do a mock interview with a friend before the real thing.
Repeat, mock interview.
Next, feedback.
For example, ask for feedback after a mock interview.
Repeat, feedback.
Next, experience.
For example, my experience in customer service helped me get this job.
Repeat, experience.
Next, achievement.
For example, one of my achievements was increasing sales by 20%.
Repeat, achievement.
Next, responsibility.
My main responsibility was managing the team.
Repeat, responsibility. Next, teamwork.
For example, teamwork is essential in most jobs.
Repeat, teamwork. Next, leadership.
They are looking for candidates with leadership potential.
Repeat, leadership. Next, problem solving. Problem solving skills are highly valued by employers. Repeat, problem solving. Next, communication skills. Good communication skills help you work well with others. Repeat, communication skills. Next, active listening.
For example, active listening shows respect and helps you understand.
Repeat, active listening. Next, career path.
For example, I'm still figuring out my career path.
Repeat, career path.
Next, advancement.
For example, this job offers good opportunities for advancement.
Repeat, advancement.
Next, potential.
They saw great potential in me as a leader.
Repeat, potential. Next, contribute.
I want to contribute to the company's success.
Repeat, contribute. Next, align with.
My values align with this company's mission.
Repeat, align with. Next, resonate with.
The company's approach to sustainability really resonates with me.
Repeat, resonate with. Next, demonstrate.
I demonstrated my skills during the interview.
Repeat, demonstrate. Next, quantify.
Quantify your achievements with numbers when possible.
Repeat, quantify. Next, tailor.
Tailor your answers to each job you apply for.
Repeat, tailor. Next, highlight.
Highlight your most relevant experience.
Repeat, highlight. Next, emphasize.
Emphasize your enthusiasm for the role.
Repeat, emphasize. Next, enthusiasm.
Show enthusiasm for the company and the role.
Repeat, enthusiasm. Next, preparation.
Good preparation reduces nervousness.
Repeat, preparation. Next, practice.
Practice your answers out loud before the interview.
Repeat, practice.
Next, first impression.
You only get one chance to make a first impression. Repeat, first impression. Next, dress code.
Research the company dress code before the interview.
Repeat, dress code. Next, professional attire.
Wear professional attire even for video interviews.
Repeat, professional attire. Next, video interview.
Test your technology before a video interview.
Repeat, video interview. Next, in-person interview.
In-person interviews allow for better connection.
Repeat, in-person interview. Last phrase, thank you note.
For example, send a thank you note within 24 hours of the interview.
Repeat, thank you note. So that was our word tour for today. Come back to this part and listen again until these phrases feel natural.
And next time you have a job interview, try using some of this vocabulary and structure in your own English.
Right, and if this episode helped you, share it with a friend who's preparing for interviews.
Remember, preparation creates confidence. You've got this.
This is Sarah.
And this is Asadullah.
And you have been listening to the English Master Channel.
Bye.